Lich Winchester. Yeah, of course. I like money. Quicks, Dozakar, Slava, Sneers, Club. Yeah, message me on Discord. Hit me up on Discord. Oh, that got loud. Brew Baker. Welcome back from vacation. Yeah, I went to a cabin, so I didn't have any service or anything for the week. Let's see.
That's my girl.
Start a new one. Um, it sucked. There were some horse flies, but there's only like one or two that really actually bothered anybody. To be completely honest, so it wasn't too bad. I when I said it sucked, that was a joke. There was like there's like 3 horsefly bites the entire week, so not bad. Fishing was good. What did I catch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Caught 5 fish. Kept 2. Yeah. Well, there's idols. I just need to start getting at these particular ones. gotta get into the groove again as well, because last night I streamed and it felt like I was like just off my game. You know? Hey Chaz? Glad you guys like the icons. Wait, what? Alright, let me lock it first. That looks like a fucking water balloon right now. I think it's fucking like it's a testament, like, I don't know, just with enough effort you can make anything work as like a job. I always hear about like these random ass fucking jobs, right? Where it's like, what do you do? Oh, you climb windmills, you know, or whatever. Or like, what do you do for a living? And like, get like the most random shit sometimes. And I feel like me having, it's like, what do I do? I paint a lot of goblins, and people commission me to paint goblins. When we get a magic carpet like Aladdin, hard to say. That seems like it would be like a pretty intense, like almost probably like class specific or like drop or something like that. I don't know. Haven't thought of that. Like, yeah, like I kind of like, it's like, I like green a lot. I like green in nature. I like drawing anatomy. I like drawing monsters. And combine all those together, and you get drawing goblins. It's kind of like, I imagine that like or not I imagine, but sometimes like it kind of pops into my head like Jesus. Like I really just I went fucking full board on this whole goblin thing and like and for whatever reason like I really did say I was like I'm gonna make this my whole personality. I mean, which is fine. I'm happy doing it. And sometimes I kind of go like, what if I did like normal art, you know? What if I didn't draw goblins? What if I did? But then, who would draw all the goblins that I want to draw? Who would do that? And who would do them the way that I want them to be painted or drawn? You know, it's like kind of a necessity. As stupid as it sounds. Yeah, I mean that's fair. It's pretty tame. Okay, and you know what? Someone recently like asked me like if I'm like autistic. I was like, what the? That feels a little uncalled for. I just like drawing goblins. Oh, that looks pretty good. Anyway, as far as I know, no, I'm not. Yeah, what I might do here is I'm gonna take off symmetry. Oops. Take off symmetry. I'm gonna start to Are the black and white icons intended to be staying black and white, get masked layer, or do you plan to color them? They would be masked and then changed. In color. So like, how would I say this? In engine, we can change any of these to any color. And so that means we feed in the one file, and we can have as many files as we, or as many like iterations of it as we want. And it's done programmatically. Which is a nice benefit. Yeah, for sure. When you're working on icons, do you have a specific list of icons you need to make based on the request from the content devs, or do you just wing it and make what you think would be useful? Just curious about the process. I have a long list, a long fucking list of just things that content has gone, we need this. Yeah, well, here, I'll give you an example. I showed this the other day, or last night, but I'll give you an example. Take a look at all these, right? Here's the mask for them. Right? And so, for the bandage, we can add in. It's like, okay, the bandage is one thing, the metal is another color, so you could add like, you know, like bronze or red metal or whatever the heck. But then you could also do like blood, right? And that will change the color of. You can see here. 1 second. Let me just. Here's essentially what it would look like, right? Here's a thing of overlay. And you can see how it applies to everything. And but these colors, they're interchangeable between everything. So it's like I don't have to have them be red. Red is just a mask, and that mask can be any color. And so I can change it, and we have it so you can change how bright it is, how contrasty it is, how much of the original or saturation it retains, and all that stuff. So any icon has, like, because it's color, it's like infinite amount of icons you could make. It's just a matter of what we need. We're doing icons at 128. At 128. Like even this, I could say this is done, right? And then when I do the mask for it, right? Like I could do green like this. See what I mean? And all of a sudden that green is like cool. Like I could keep that the same color and it would blend right in, or I could change it to any color. It could be red, it could be blue, whatever, and it would be like kind of poured out. Yeah, it could be cracked or water overflowing it. Exactly. Exactly. Grim Day. It's 128. But that's just they're smaller. They just need to take up like each icon obviously like the ear here. It's built with 128 in mind, but like the actual icon is smaller than 128, obviously, right? Oh, let's see. And figure out what that would be look like. Josses. Josses. Thank you. That red fluorescent hue would be should be like when you take the Desert Madman's acid. Well, we can do anything with that. That's the great part about it. Mm. No. Do you need to put certain icons in certain squares, or do the database people just take the icons out of the sheet? They just take it out of the sheet. Yeah, we had it at 64, but it didn't look right, and it was actually really difficult to get all the detail that I wanted. So 128 by 128 really works. And you could go the route, I think, of like you make like a full painting or whatever, and then you just scale it down, and that way you can scale the icons up. You could go that route. Don't get me wrong, you could. But there's something about doing them at size that I believe wouldn't look the same if you did it the other way. Something great about yeah, about this process, and it's quick. It's really quick. Dunes, chill out. Thank you. I mean, people seem to like the style of the icons. There's just some readability issues here and there. And that's that's the majority of it though. It's like in terms of what I've heard in terms of feedback for icons is really just yeah, it's really just been like this doesn't read as well. It's like good. I know what to fix now. If Eminem really takes off, would you be interested in developing full time? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd like to develop full time. I like to do lots of I think I'd like to be able to really focus in on concept art because we would need a fuck shit ton of concept art if we take off. It's a technical term. And don't get me wrong, I've done a lot already, but well, here's the thing. I think it's been undersaid or underestimated by a lot of people. And I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. I think Monsters and Memories has actually a pretty low skill floor. Do I have like back? Yeah, they're all high resolution um pictures or resolution paintings. I just haven't released them as high resolution as they're just like I think they're just like 1020p or sorry 1080p or something like that for some of them. Luna Trigger, is that your exclusive role? Icon creation? Nude streams. No, I do a lot of everything. Concept art. I'm one of the sole concept artists on the team. So environment art, the race, for the most part, excluding lizard men. I do a lot of the race concept art, so I define what the races will look like. I define what the gear will look like, and what the breakdown of that is. Mobs, I do a lot of the mob art. I do weapons, but also the weapons for the Gothic stuff was actually Zach. He did a really good job with some of that. And we pushed that in. Even though that Gothic stuff is going to be like really, really far down the line. In terms of like where we should actually be like using it. It's generic enough that we can use it wherever, which is nice. Icons like this. I helped define the UI aesthetic, and so that's like if you guys see like the UI and how that looks. A lot of that was me. I do a lot of things. I used to do some like 3D, like the goblin model and the dwarf models. So goblin male and female, and dwarf male and female. That was me. Um, and they've been touched up, of course, as necessary by our character artists, Zukin and. I think just Zukin actually has touched up that stuff. Yeah, I tend to not touch that stuff. I used to do textures for like creatures and stuff too. Um, like the ghoul. I think I did. Like you can count them on your hand. They're not very much. I've done some armor. I've done some like the ghoul I did and the like zombified rat. I did the croc I did, but not a lot. I haven't done a whole lot of actual texture work on the mobs. I'll usually do like paint overs and stuff though, or if I don't think something's like quite right or nailing the goal or whatever, I'll do a paint over, then hand it over to those guys and they do a bang up job. And I guess the last thing is faces. I've done a decent amount of the face art. So like the goblin faces, the dwarf faces. There was some. I did the male human and female human faces as well. And there's a mix of that between everybody. Like Zukin does some faces, I do some faces, Zach does some faces. Just because that's what they like doing. And so we have a decent amount of fun on that. Am I still doing commissions? I am, yeah. I am doing commissions. Yeah, I got my fingers in a lot of places. Environment stuff. Oh yeah, textures is huge. Environment textures. And building trees, like that was recent. And like trying to find a good method for building trees that hit our style. Can't forget the many streams of Goblin drawing a wall. Yeah, dude. Well, that wall is no longer. Does the base need to expand, you think? Or... Does the base need to expand? I don't think it... I don't think it needs to expand. But I think it will expand. Yeah, the texture, well, we use that as like a bouncing ground, so without that, we wouldn't have come into the problem of some other things, and we wouldn't have came to the solution that we came to, so it's good that I did that. Yeah, Regaro, dude, thanks for the, was it 5? 5 gifted subs? You're a homie. Yeah, just keep in touch, Fine Possum, for sure. I have a
That's
goblin
my
male
girl.
shaman. I like the art of the goblins probably the most. Can't wait till there's more than 2 options, but it looks good. Yeah. Yeah, the goblins need more faces. That's for sure. That is for sure. I'm so glad goblins are in the game. Frankly, I don't think I'd be working here. I don't think I'd be working on M&M if everybody decided that goblins didn't deserve a place in the roster. Yeah, the goblins are the most popular that they're gonna get, I think, in terms of like percentile. I mean, um, because we're gonna have trolls, which are the other green race. That's gonna take out some of the guys that like monstrous races. Then we're gonna have deep gnomes, and that's gonna take out all the guys that wanted to be like little shitters, but not quite as like evil. And so that's gonna take from that population a bit. Then there's going to be when deep elves drop, like all the people that really wanted like an evil race will swap over from goblin. I think deep elves will take from goblins the most. Funny enough, I know deep gnomes are like, but I feel like deep elves are going to be popular, and they're just out of sheer popularity, they're going to take out a goblins the most. Some of those goblin faces don't inspire confidence to consent to try corpse. That's hilarious. Also true. Yeah. Mandrakes will take some too. Yeah. That's true. Mandrakes are a design directly inspired from some of Brian Froud's work, if you know who that is. I did that because we were taking some of the inspiration, and some of that inspiration, or Brian Froud was in the inspiration folder, and I looked at that and I was like, that's fucking cool, and I took inspiration from it. I made that as like a nod to more like a fairy tale sort of thing. Brian Froud's artwork is very fairy tale like, and I put it in, and it's been kind of like a running joke that they're still in there, even though we may never get to them, but we might. We might. Think I can do this. Got yelled at, gotta go, work beckons. Catch you later, Sneers. One day I will find the quest to unlock the Gobbo Wizard. I'll find my way to make Word Eater, the Goblin Wizard, a name to be feared. That's a good name. Word Eater. That's sick, actually. Is there any planned is there any planned races for later expansions? Without spoiling what they are, of course. No cats, frogs, lizards in right now, it seems. There is. Lizard men they've been really thinking about them. Zukin really likes lizard men. And they essentially have to be in soon. Not soon, but the original cast is going to go in, I think, and then lizard men will probably follow suit. They're going to be probably, my guess, the first of the new races that aren't already there. And there's concept art for them. Mostly that concept art is actually built on the model that Zukin made. Again, he really likes lizardmen, so. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have next to no say in that. I can give him like some, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? But it's all up to him. The same respect that he gives to me for goblin stuff. Just frankly nice. Alright, let's move this over. 28, and then we'll hello? I'll move this over another 128. And we'll make a new one. I mean, I've done concept art for all this stuff. I need to update the page. There's so much concept art that I have not posted on the website. Like, it's actually insane. Most of the concept art stuff that you get on the website now are all in the form of updates. No, it's not to avoid spoilers. I stream most of it any which way. It's just updating the website is manual, right? There's no like put this into the thing and it will just auto-populate or whatever. And so when I put time towards that, I'm taking time away from dev. Oh yeah, what do you guys think about this? You guys see this? Here's concept art that would end up going into the concept art page, right? Like, here's our deep elf stuff. And like, here's some. So we had a basilisk. 1, 2, 3. I think this guy's our winner. I think this guy's fucking sick. Basilisk. I'm not a big fan of that guy. Instead, I had some icons that I ended up doing. Here's the UI. I love this. I love this little click, click, Click. And character art. Beautiful armor. Fucking, like, really good armor from Zack. Oh yeah. We got tree ants. And we got a donkey. And we got sharks. Lots of cool fucking lots of cool shit. Oh, I love these. So much personality in the mushroom men. Oh yeah, and we got like dwarf deaths, goblin undead deaths, skeleton deaths. Look at that. Oh yeah, we've been working on some of this. Some of the oh, I have a thing for this too. Actually, I have some feedback that we need to jump onto. Oh yeah, look at this. How good that looks. That's utilization of trim. Oh yeah, and we also changed up this. So now you have these black crystals. We'll get on, yeah. And then, of course, everything. Like, we did a lot. Holy fucking shit. Oh, and we also... If you like this video as much, please give a cat with opinions a sub. Yeah, watch this video. It was great. I'm gonna...
So, if you're here, I assume you already have a basic idea of what Monsters and Memories, or M&M, is.
I'm just gonna post this here for those that haven't seen it. And... YouTube too. Go check that out. So yeah, update. Go check it out. Go check out the... I know I just sort of like did it, but please go click on it. Give us some clicks. Give us some clicks. Am I crazy? Did I just turn that? What the? Oh, it's an overlay. That's why. Okay. Maybe I'll start with black instead. Whoa, 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 dog. Chill out. I know. Oh, is that Underdog concept art? It is, yeah. They are. They are the deep gnome silhouettes you see in the update. Semper is keen. Did Sephiroth do this? Tree ants are going to be so big as a gnome. That's true. See, Black Rose Scythe, I don't know why, but the way you said it makes me think you didn't get that reference. I'm not saying that you didn't. But the way that you said. Ah, yes, I get that reference. Hello, kids. fellow gamers. Right? And it was fucking badass. And as an adult, like, all I want to do is, like, find a way how to beat him. Like, with my current power, you know? There is that moment of like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then, like, if you get caught, you're kind of forced to fight him. And then you're like, oh, I actually have a pretty good chance. Oh man, fucking Ergenstaff was cooking with that mushroom. That's funny to say, cooking with that mushroom. Oh, you just have to double back after you bypass him with the chocobo. Like, you can fight him right then and there and win. If you did a little bit of grinding. Sent you a DM on Discord. For sure. For sure. Okay, art style 8. Huh? I think I've heard that term, like something eats, like they eat well. So like, yeah, I think it comes from Survivor or Drag Race. I don't. Don't worry. Don't worry about him. Okay, this is great, but now I need to fucking put the scales on this entire thing. Thanks for that. My guess is Nicodemus. And Nicodemus is the one that probably wrote that up, which means that He's the reason. I'm gonna have to make this look even cooler. How am I gonna do this? Dragon, subscribe to tier 1. They've been subscribed for 20 months. What a fucking chat.
I need your help.
Actually, let me rephrase that. What a chump. Being able to swindle subs out of Dragon. But for real, Dragon, thanks for the sheer amount of support you've given over the years. Pretty cool, if you ask me. but I'm pretty biased. Yeah, I just gotta say, sometimes I really have like a hard time figuring out how I'm gonna like make something look pretty good. This looks pretty good. I didn't have too hard a time with it. It's not done, but it's getting there, which is nice. I'm gonna swap to Monsters and Memories. In terms of the stream. Topic. Stream topic. And I'm also going to but I think I'm going to oh yeah, that looks good. You've seen the troll concept art, right? On YouTube, IL1, 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 IL1. Just said, I want trolls to resemble more morbidly obese Shrek, like in Pre-Looklyn. Muted the stream to listen to the audio on the update video on the newsletter. Yeah. Come on.
That's my girl.
Thanks for the follow, homie. Lock this up there. What are these icons for? These are little idols. Can't really tell you what they're for, or else it will ruin the mystery. Should I? Here's a question. Should I? By the way, those Slack messages that you hear are just people picking away at the game. Everybody's just working. Tried to get back in for the next test this month. Yeah, I might be able to actually join you. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Alright. Had a good time playing Ogre Ranger last test. That's good. Yeah, I've been kind of... I feel like I want to... I feel like Ranger just needs a little bit more time to cook for me. Now, isn't that fucking slick? Haha. Yeah, man. It's fucking slick. Alright, before I burn up. It's 1:30. I'll be back later. Well, hold on. I might not be back to stream later, but I'll be doing more work later. May you know what this is going to be used for. No. Jesus, gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Happy July. Thank you. God damn, everybody. Everybody say thank you. Hey, now all you guys can use the
Dragon USM0351 for gifting 10 subscriptions to the Horn.
use the Goblin Fist. Oh yeah, I really like that skull. Pretty good. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna head out. I'm starting to wane, and I don't want to sacrifice quality, so I'm gonna go take a walk or something like that, and maybe we'll be back, maybe we won't, but I'll be working more on this Monsters and Memories stuff here today. Either way, if I stream or not. Catch y'all later.